Hey, this is Chuck, and you are listening to Fans with Bands, the podcast where we talk to the fans and the bands they dig about life, music, and whatever the hell else we want to talk about. Today on Fans with Bands, we are talking to Nagazi. Check it out. And go. Nice. And I like how it says recording in progress. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but I heard it. It was awesome.
Yes, I did.
It kind of lets you know.
Yeah.
Ahead of time.
So, hey, this is Chuck with Fans with Bands. I'm talking to Joe, Nakkim, and Andy from Nagazi. How are you guys?
Good.
Excellent.
Doing well. Thanks for having us.
Yeah. And we have fan Erica. Erica, how are you? Uh-oh, Erica, can you hear us?
Had a fan.
Hold on, sorry. I'm trying to stream it on my TV.
I got it.
All right. All right. So Erica's there too. So yeah, it's super
I'm not a
great.
video.
Super glad to have you guys on. I have to be honest, I had to look up, because I like to find out where bands came up with their names. And so, Wikipedia for the win. It shows me this picture of a Georgian sheepdog or shepherd dog, like this badass dog that apparently, fights bears and wolves. And I was like, wow, that is crazy. So how did you guys, how did you find that name? And what do you think about your music? Like fits that model of that dog?
Well, that was Matt Ruffino, guitar player, kind of founding father of the band. It was a name that was suggested to him by a friend. And the name of the friend escapes me, but it was just years ago. I think they were on a way to work, like in Lansing or something, just on a car ride. And the friend was like, "Hey, Matt, I know you're in the bands, and have you ever heard of a Nagazi?" I don't know what that is.
Yeah.
Just went on to tell him about it, and he's like, "All right, I dig the name." Then he just kind of said he said he needed to find the right project for it, and then kind of it was whatever kind of high energy, aggressive. That's kind of where he felt this project kind of fit that name, and he's like, "All right, I have a name for it, and here it goes." And cool. Nagazi was born.
Awesome. So how did
As
you
far
guys?
as fitting the music, if you look at a picture of a Nagazi dog and you listen to the music, it'll all make sense.
It did. Seriously, Nakkim, when you said that, because when I looked at that dog, I thought, that's a ferocious dog, and your guys' music is ferocious. I remember seeing you guys. I think the first time I saw you, maybe probably 6 years now, opening for from blue to gray. I think it was at the Loft. The very first time I saw you guys, and I was like, wow, these guys are fucking just intense. I mean, just kind of come at you with that attack. But you've got this super cool groove going on too, which I really dig. So I think there's been some changes in the band since the last time I saw you guys, which was sadly too long ago. So maybe you can tell me about the changes in the band that have happened since I saw you.
We like to say we added more hair.
That's what it was. We were follically challenged, so we decided we need to find more hair. And we got a dread over here, and then we got rock and roll Santa Claus over there.
Yes.
And
Wizard.
Wizard, sorry.
Yes, the wizard.
Hey, what's up, Erica? How you doing? I can see you.
Dark. We lost power.
Yeah, we lost power in our house like 3 something this afternoon, and it's supposed to be on maybe 10 minutes from now. So hopefully we'll have some lights. Otherwise, it just looks like we're sitting in some sort of doomsday bunker over.
Awesome. So,
oh yeah. Well, back to your question. Yeah. We got new members. We added Nakkim on bass last summer. He did his first show was actually a stream show we did last. I think we filmed it in like July, and it aired in like August or something.
Concord, Michigan.
Yeah, down in Concord, Michigan.
Oh, cool.
And then we added Andy. It's been 6 months now, something like that, maybe. Maybe a little longer. I don't know. We were jamming with Andy for a while, and just to fill out the sound. Him and I have a great chemistry together. They have a big history together, so they work well together. And
Boy,
what?
yeah, me and Matthew, we have a long history. You know, it goes way back to the '90s in Detroit. You know, like
Oh, cool.
We
Awesome.
used to be in
Memorize
the
it.
Cosmic Banditos. I was in a couple different versions of the Cosmic Banditos, and yeah, that's where it all began. He was originally in this band called Bent Lucy, and I at the time was in a band called Head Factory. We were all playing at this place in the Lofts in Detroit,
Oh, cool.
or in Redford, I guess, and that's where mine and Matthew's relationship was sprouted.
Nice. Very nice.
Yeah. And now he's back just shredding on the other side of the stage. And yeah, I mean, we played our first show as with this new lineup. It's been like 3 or 4 weeks ago now.
Okay,
And
cool.
Yeah,
it was
3 weeks.
yeah, it was a different feeling. There was a different aura about it. It was I don't know I don't know what it was, but there was something special about that show, and I can't wait to do it again in 2 days.
Yeah. You could have a show coming up on Saturday, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Battle Creek, Michigan.
Yeah, that'll be awesome. So
Erica, Dustin, you guys should come.
What?
Said you guys should come to Battle Creek on Saturday.
I know, we're going up to my cottage actually, so we're not going to be here.
You should come to Battle Creek, is what I said, though.
Be there.
Otherwise, we totally were planning on it. So
I know. Okay.
ASAP.
We need to get over there soon. Yes, we do.
yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. So Erica, is it Dustin?
Yeah.
Yeah. So how do you guys know Nagazi? How did you guys become
Well,
fans?
I was in school with the Havers,
All right.
We've known Erica for a long time.
and then yeah, I was like, I think I might be a little biased because I've been watching them my whole life. So yeah.
Awesome. Very cool.
Yeah.
Well, I have not known them my entire life.
No, we've known Dustin for what? It's been three or 4 years now since we've known you.
Yep.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah,
It's a happy addition to the family.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent. So, we were talking about the, not reformation, but the reconfiguration of Nagazi, and you guys got a new EP coming out, right? March of the Serpents was coming out December 3rd. Is that correct?
Yes.
Awesome.
Yes.
And I've heard the title track, and that thing is fucking heavy. Plus, I don't know if it was a conscious effort, but definitely like this lower energy. Like you guys have had, to me, a lot of serious groove, but like it's been more up tempo. And this one's just kind of big crushing sound where it feels like you're being stomped to death. And I really dig that. I think that's really, really cool. So I'm wondering, did you think about changing the style of the band's music, or is this just a natural progression of where you wanted to go?
That one was, we've actually been playing that song. We wrote that probably 3 years ago, maybe, or at least started writing it. It was just there was a kind of, as most of our songs do, they come just from kind of ad libs. Matt and Jeff just, a beat and a groove, and it kind of, and whatever that was, it was just kind of a slower, shuffly something that kind of, the guitar riff just kind of hooked you, and it got stuck in your head, and it was just like, all right, I don't know what that is. It doesn't really sound like what we do, but that we all decided that's something we need to work on.
Awesome.
And it just kind of, like when we played it, we like I said, we've been playing it for a little while. We played it on a couple of tours to where we played it on tour with From Blue to Gray, where they were relentlessly humming that song like all day, every day, and cursing us out for having it stuck in their head. We toured with Smile Empty Soul, and during one of their sound checks, they're playing that beat. Like it was the same thing. It just got hooked in their head. And like it was the same thing that happened when it was, when Matt and Jeff kind of started playing it. You're like,
Yeah.
I don't know what that is, but I can't get it out of my fucking head. So apparently it's catchy. We gotta work with it.
Right.
This whole EP has songs that sound like something Nagazi wouldn't normally do. Like pretty much every song, I think.
Yeah, I like to describe it as a maturation. It's not like anything new. It's not like we're trying to, take a different course or break any molds or anything. It's just a maturation. There's, just everything's just kind of tighter. Yeah.
I think COVID helped that.
More mature. It's Chuck, you're really gonna dig the rest of it.
I'm sure I will, because I love that title track, and so I can't wait. It's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, I hope it's stuck in your head too.
It did. Yeah, that was the thing. When you were saying that, I was thinking, Jesus Christ, that was what happened to me. So I've been listening to it like, son of a bitch. Now I'm fucking, I'm trying to concentrate on something that's.
Yeah, it's just that one little riff that just kind of sticks in your head, and you can't stop going over and over.
The writing process was cool too, because we had 6 months of lockdown. So every week, or we were rehearsing 2 days a week then, and every rehearsal the songs would change a little bit more. Then we'd add this, take this out. We just kept doing that for 6 months until we came up. By the time we got to Tennessee to record the album, whatever we had then was what we laid down. But it really molded each song. So every song's a journey.
Awesome.
It's like you think it's going to go this way and it doesn't,
That's cool. And I think I read interview with you guys that you had planned to do this album in LA, but obviously the pandemic put the kibosh on everything like this. So you ended up switching gears, making the best of what you could, and heading down to Tennessee. So how did you hook up with, and I can't remember who produced the album down there.
Scott Bush.
Okay, Scott Bush. And where did you end up recording?
We met Scott. Scott is also the guitar player for Cinder.
Oh, okay, cool.
So when we toured with Cinder and Smile Empty Soul, it was like 3 days in, and he just kind of came up to us and he's like, "You have to let me record you."
Awesome.
So we're like, "Oh, okay, okay." And then we'll talk about that later. We're on tour. We just got stuff to do, and and then, like you said, we were set to go out to California to record, and COVID shut that down. So we had, who comes to mind? Scott. We talked to Scott. Scott wants to work with us. Let's go. Yeah. Let's call Scott. And he said, "Come on down." So him and his wife were fortunate or gracious enough to put us up for a week.
Awesome.
And we moved into his place and recorded what we think is a pretty killer EP.
Awesome. Fantastic.
And we even got to use Ray Lazier's drum kit from Korn.
No shit. I've talked to that dude once. He's really cool.
We hung out with him and drinking wine and just
no shit. That's fucking awesome.
Yes. Scott and Ray played in a band called the Nixons.
Okay.
Back in, like 90, something like that. They had that song called, I think their biggest hit was called like Sister or something like that.
It's not ringing a bell.
But they played a band together. So, they've got a history together, and Ray's like, "Yeah, don't bother bringing a kit. I've got a kit down here that tracks perfect." And it turns out to be one of Ray Lazier's kits.
Wow.
So,
wow. That's awesome.
Yeah, to have him came over day one. It was like, "Jeff, do you need anything? Do you need more cymbals? Is this too tight? Can I move this for you?"
What that had to be a thrill,
Yeah, Ray's drum tacking for Jeff. What the hell's going on right now? It's just weird, surreal shit. But yeah, it was fucking awesome. The kit sounded killer, and
that's awesome.
Yeah, he told us some crazy stories about touring with David Lee Roth, and that was
his David Lee Roth story.
I can only imagine.
Yeah. You need to get him. You need to talk him into just doing an hour of Dave stories.
That would be well. I'd like to talk to him about jamming with, because I think I interviewed him because he was playing on the KXM album, with George Lynch and Doug Picnic.
Okay.
And he was playing drums with those guys, and I was like, "Wow, this is awesome!" Just side project he was doing. I need to hear the David Lee Roth. Was he in that band?
He was Dave when Dave was his solo career.
Yeah.
He was Dave's touring drummer and tour manager for a couple of years.
Wow.
Yeah, like because we kind of sat down and Scott was just like, dude, you got to tell him the David Lee Roth story, and we were like, oh, he's got a David Lee Roth story. And they're like, no, he has stories.
It only takes a couple years to have hours and hours of David Lee Roth stories.
Yeah, so they were awesome stories.
That's
They were
awesome.
great.
That's super cool. Well, Fans with Bands is not just about me asking you guys questions. It's also a chance for Eric and Dustin to ask questions. Do you guys have any questions you want to ask these guys?
What do you want to know?
Yeah.
Where did you get that video?
Where did we shoot our last video? We shot that in actually in Mount Pleasant. We hired Jeff King, who runs Abstract Eclipse Productions, and he brought a great team over here. And we have a friend, Lisa. You guys actually know Lisa, Erica, and she happens to own some real estate in town, and we used one of her dad's vacant building or office buildings for one of the for the early shots in the video. And then we went out to one of her houses and shot in the basement. So everything was shot in Mount Pleasant, and then just kind of, I don't know if it looked where it's supposed to look, but yeah, we just happen to know enough people who have empty properties right now to shoot in.
Where the snakes come from?
Oh yeah.
Like regulars that come to for the video, like in the when you guys were playing scenes?
From rubble.
We had just a bunch of friends. We just anybody who kind of wanted to come out could come out and be a part of it. And we were fortunate to have a decent turnout, and we were all very happy with what Jeff did with the video, and it's gotten great response so far. So we were thrilled with the way it turned out.
Yeah.
And we got to thank Keith Sweet. What's that?
It's weird seeing without a hat on.
Yeah.
In the video.
Oh yeah, yeah, playing the pissed he plays the pissed off boss so perfectly.
Well, we just watched it before we connected, so that's why we're like, he's like,
Nice.
is that Jeff? Is that Jeff? He's looking through the hat. And I was like, it's Jeff.
Yeah.
It's
The funny thing is, he's the boss, and he didn't have pants. He only had the top, so he had to be the boss to sit at the desk.
Yeah, he was doing that like news reporter style, just business from the waist on up, and then gym shorts on the way on down.
Nice.
We got to thank Keith Sweet from Sweet Exotics. He was the one who provided all those snakes. Those were real snakes. That wasn't CGI. We brought 40 some snakes over.
Whoa.
Our lead actor was terrified of snakes,
Oh.
and was talked.
Be afraid.
He was talked into doing the video, not being told there was snakes in it until he was on the ride over.
Oh shit.
Yeah, his wife talked him into it. Because his wife is the other lead, is the actress in it. So his wife talked him into doing it, fully knowing that her husband is terrified of snakes. She didn't tell him until the ride over. She was like, "Hey, by the way, there's gonna be a snake around your feet and probably one on your neck." And he was a trooper, man. He came over and he got over his fear real quick. He
Yeah,
actually
watch the whole video, you'll see how intimate he really got with the snake.
Right. I was cracking up on the very ending scenes when you could see he's laying down with his wife, and then it switches over to the snakes, and his eyes just get a little bit more open, like, and then he's trying real hard. He's like, yeah, and then
Oh, he did great.
No, he did great. Yeah, he actually owns a snake now, though. So they went out and bought one 2 days after the shoot.
Really? Wow. Awesome.
Yeah, his fear is completely gone. He
We healed him.
Yeah, Keith
Yeah.
actually had
That's
he had
cool.
like 4 or 5 snakes in his hand at one point, and one kind of fell to the ground. And Mike walked over and picked it up, and just like nothing had ever, like he had never been afraid of him in his entire life. Yeah.
Wow.
So it was crazy at the end that
Yeah.
a guy who was mortified of snakes.
Yeah. He can say,
owns one now.
I was in a metal video and now I'm cured.
Yeah, whatever it is.
There was one snake we couldn't use because he kept shooting venom all over his cubs, so we just didn't use that.
He was huffing and puffing and hissing, so we left him where he belonged. In his cage.
Yeah, he was cool.
Oh man.
Could have been a star too.
That's awesome. So I'm curious, what I like to do is kind of go back and talk about the origin stories of you guys as musicians, and I'm curious who inspired each of you. Who was like a band or another musician that was like key to making you feel like I want to make my own music. I want to do this. Let's start with Andy.
Start off with me.
Yeah.
All right. Well, growing up in the shadow of the MC5 and the Stooges, that's going to be a huge one. Probably Kiss and the Plasmatics, you know, were also way up there as well for me. I mean, and then, growing up where I have out in Ann Arbor, we got exposed to a lot of great music that came through, especially in the 90s. So like the band I was in kind of just before this, the God Bullies, they were a huge influence on me as well. God Bullies, Thrall, and bands like that, a lot of the underground, a lot of really heavy stuff. Melvins would probably be up there as well.
Yeah, for sure. Awesome. Nakkim, how about you?
For me.
Oh, gee, I don't know. I mean, I like weird stuff. I like Zappa.
Awesome.
Captain Beefheart, King Crimson, stuff like that. The Beatles.
Yeah.
I'll come up with like Paul McCartney style bass lines for metal music sometimes. So,
Yeah, you can't beat Paul McCartney. I don't care what style you're in. That guy,
right?
He's a fucking genius.
So I like everything. I like soul music and I like 90s hip hop, 80s hip hop.
Awesome. So
not a lot of new music, but some of the underground stuff's good
for sure.
But,
yeah.
Yep.
How about you, Joe?
My dad was a big influence. He was a drummer. We grew up, Jeff and I, or his brothers grew up in a house with a drum kit in it. So music was in our blood the whole time. But the ones that really made me want to get out and want to do it, it was watching Motley Crue videos back in the day. They were just all over the place. The high energy, looking back on it, it is kind of, it's kind of cheesy now if you look at it.
Yeah.
But it was at the time, dude, it was just high energy. It was packed crowds. I was like, I want to do that. Those guys are having fucking fun, and I want to do that.
Yeah. Heck yeah.
Yeah, that was the shit.
Yeah, those Tommy Lee, drum solos and spinning cages and shit. Like, I don't know that we need to do all that stuff, but that was just stuff that it caught your eye, and you couldn't look away from it. You didn't know what are they going to do next.
Yeah. Well, they were part of like, and when Andy talked about Kiss, and they were sort of that, I kind of call it like the cinema of rock. It's this extravaganza. It's not like just to go to the show. Yeah, exactly. It was this huge fucking production, and that's part of the show, right? It's the music, which you dig or you may not dig, but when you go to the show, you're like, holy shit, you get enthralled,
Yeah, Rob Zombie's in that vein now. You go there and it's a show. There's puppets, there's dances, there's screens, there's what am I looking at now?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's not just a performance, it is a theatrical event.
Yeah. And so we've got a new fan has joined. Mary, can you hear us?
Hello, Mary.
Welcome.
She's laughing, but she hasn't said hello.
I think so.
I'm doing laundry and I'm to figure this out, and it's a lot.
No worries.
You got this.
Mary, we're not going to put pressure on you. Just feel free to listen if you'd like. If you
Hi.
Hello.
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 So Mary, how did you become a fan of Nagazi?
Dustin and Erica. I'm good friends with them. And I have a boss who's in Basement Theory. So he's played, I think, with you guys too.
Awesome.
So
Okay.
there's
Very
that
cool.
as well.
First
Very
show
cool.
was
Yeah.
Yeah.
that she saw you guys way back.
Where was that?
Mulligan?
Mulligan.
Oh, okay.
Mulligans. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yep.
Excellent.
Mhm.
Yeah,
So
we haven't been. It's been a while since we played Mulligans.
Yeah, little tin can room, loud as shit.
Yeah. Is that the old? I don't know if anybody in this group knows that. I know that the old intersection is right next door to Mulligans.
Yeah.
Is that the old intersection stage?
I do not know. Not sure.
Somebody I heard once that that's part of the old intersection stage, but I don't know. It could not.
Very well could be. Very well could be.
Yeah, I just figured since it was right next door, that was like the loading area, basically, kind of where
Oh yeah.
bands loaded in it.
Busting in when you were doing an interview.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember that. Good times.
oh man. So still along those lines of origin stories, but this is where we get total crowd participation, and that is, what was the first album you ever bought? Or it could have been something you were gifted. And let's start with Joe.
First album I bought. The first album I was gifted, and this kind of helped fuel the Motley Crue thing. When I was, I think, 10 years old, my godfather got me for my birthday a Bullet Boys tape. I don't remember what the name of the album was, and Motley Crue's Theater of Pain.
Nice.
And that kind of I told him he's the one who ruined my life by turning me down this path. And, but that was the first one I think the first CD I ever purchased was Zakk Wylde's Pride and Glory album.
Oh, that's a great album.
That had the Losing Your Mind song on it. That is a great album.
Yeah. I'm totally with you, because I at first didn't even realize it was Zakk Wylde. Because I didn't know who it was. I just heard the song "Losing Your Mind" and it was something about it, and I was like, I dig it, and I went and bought the album, and then it's Zakk Wylde, and then I didn't even know he was singing on that album until like later. I was like, oh, this is Pride and Glory, and one of these dudes sings, and then come to find out Zakk Wylde, like, son of a bitch, guys. The hell's
he's got
going
a decent
on here?
voice.
Yeah, it's a cool album. That whole southern rock thing he's got going on, and
it's a little different. It's got its own feel to it, which is there's so many bands that I like, and there's so many that sound alike, but there's something about an album that's got its own little, or a band that's got its own little sound that kind of it makes them stand out from the rest. It makes that album stand out from the rest, where when you hear it, you're like, I know exactly what that is.
Yeah, that's a great album. Fantastic. Nakkim, how about you?
I'm not sure what the first album I bought was. I lived in Kalamazoo. I was like walking distance from 3 used record stores. So
nice.
I don't know but it was probably something cheesy like Devo or Stray Cats or something like that. I don't know.
Devo kicks ass, man. Devo is an unsung hero, because people think of a couple of tunes, and those dudes were fucking hardcore. So,
their first album was great from beginning to end.
Yeah.
We Are Not Men.
Yeah. That's fucking awesome. Yeah. Excellent. Andy, how about you?
I'm gonna have to go back to Kiss. It was Kiss Alive. I was saving up all my money. Like when it came out, I was like, "These dudes are the best."
Yeah, you wanted the best. You got the best.
My dad took me to. I think I was in. It was 1978. He took me to Olympia Stadium to see Kiss.
No way. Seriously?
Oh, yeah, I was in 4th grade.
Fuck.
Changed my world. I was like, nope, that's it.
Yeah.
I wanted
I don't know if I could handle Kiss at 4th grade. Like, I'd have been like, what is that?
Yeah, that blew me away.
I think I got into Kiss because I was a huge Kiss fan too. I was part of the Kiss Army. Had the Kiss belt buckle, had the Gene Simmons poster, you know,
posters everywhere.
Oh
My whole
yeah,
room was
all the individual albums. You know, when they did those 4 different albums.
singles.
Yeah, and
Singles,
yeah. But Kiss Alive was the very first Kiss album I ever got, and I remember because it was middle school. Somebody we had this really cool social studies teacher that would like on Fridays say, you know, bring in an album, and so this kid brought in Kiss Alive, and I'm like, the fuck is this? I need to listen to more of this shit. You know, I was listening to Elton John at the time, which I still love Elton John, but this was like, you know, worlds colliding. So
right. I think the before that, I think I was listening to my parents' stuff, and like the closest thing they had to kids' music that we were listening to was like the Osmond Brothers, you know, like Yo-Yo and stuff, you know, all that weird stuff. And once I found out about Kiss, my whole world.
Oh, for sure.
Aerosmith, Led Zeppelin, Black Sabbath, you know, the cornucopia just kept on opening up. And
the doors keep opening. You're just like, oh my God, what's happening? Next thing you know, you're listening to Carcass. Boom.
Right. Baphomet or someone like that, you know.
Yeah, you're listening to Frank Zappa, Carcass, and Primus, and you're like, oh, what happened to me?
Yeah, well, another huge influence on
Sounds like my playlist
stuff with WCBN up here in Ann Arbor.
Oh, right.
They with everything. That was a huge influence on like what I actually listened to.
Yeah.
Because you will listen to Carcass and Frank Zappa and Devo, and then you'll hear some eclectic jazz somewhere else, and you know, and it's all good. You know, Jesus Lizard and all.
Yeah, then you hear some band that goes into the sound room is so distorted. You know, some local band is playing, and you're like, what the hell is happening here?
Like Italian. Didn't you guys play in there?
We did. It was hot as fuck. And we loaded all this shit into that fucking little, like, it was like, I don't know, 10 by 12, like stacked on top of each other. It was stupid.
Oh yeah. Well, it's a great solution.
Yeah.
They play everything.
Yeah.
You know, that introduced me to a lot of music.
Yeah.
You know, for sure.
Erica, how about you? What was your first album? CD?
Girl. Definitely not on the same track.
It was something poppier, wasn't it?
I would say like definitely some stupid single cassette. I definitely listened to like Metallica and Whitesnake and all the things because my brothers were in high school when I was little. And can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I was like my TV. I have you playing on my TV, so.
Okay.
So yeah, I listened to those. I used to like steal their tapes and listen to those. But I can't really remember the first CD or album or cassette that I had. It was definitely some stupid 90s rap single tape that I listened to in my Beretta. I'm positive of that.
Genuine. This Is How We Do It by Genuine.
Right?
Yes.
Isn't that Montel Jordan? I think that's Montel Jordan.
Is that Montel Jordan? Yeah.
I was gonna say though about Kiss, that Joe, you'll know this. So my mom, you know my mom, loved Kiss. Mm-hmm. So she took my brothers to see Kiss when they played at Central at the stadium there.
Yeah. Kiss played at Central Michigan University back in that was the 80s.
Yeah,
something like that.
Early
70s, 80s.
Really?
Yep.
They had some decent bands come through. Like Bob Seger came through when he was younger. Played. They had like even in like Rubble's Bar at Mount Pleasant. You had like Fishbone and Black Flag played there back in the day.
No shit.
And yeah, my dad actually saw Fishbone there. They were just driving through. Mount Pleasant's not a very big town at the time. It was even smaller. And when Fishbone's walking through your downtown, they stand out a little bit. And you know,
Those
they
guys
just
are awesome. Awesome.
yeah, but he caught him that night at Rebel and said they were incredible. But yeah, it's just for being a small town, it had a lot of history, and even the casino here in town is bringing some huge concerts like that Megadeth Lamb of God tour just came through. They bring in some big name bands. Korn's played here, huge country acts. It's
Snoop Dogg.
yeah, for Snoop and Cube just played, and
I think I saw Velvet Revolver there in Mount Pleasant.
Yeah. There's a possibility. The casino brings in a bunch of bands, man.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Rebels used to be the place though. Like everybody would go through, like either they go through Detroit, through Ann Arbor, up to Mount Pleasant, you know, through like that was part of a circuit where everybody would go through.
Yeah, I remember seeing a lot of old bands there. Like I remember, I don't know where they're from. I think Suicide Circus. I think they were from like California, but I remember seeing them there at Rebels. I think it was Speedball out of Detroit. I remember seeing.
Hell yeah.
They were great. Those guys were awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, there used to be a lot. There's still, you know, good bands that come through there, but there used to be a lot more regularly. You know, it was a regularly, you know, like you said, a regular stop on little, you know, smaller circuits.
Yeah,
it was a place you wanted to hit.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, there was an old band Botfly. I remember them playing up there a lot. Tension Splash. My friends used to. They used to go up to Mount Pleasant to play.
Yeah, we saw Botfly a couple of times up there.
They were amazing.
Nice. The guy's like a 9-footer playing harmonica. It was great.
Oh yeah.
Mary, can you hear us? She's outside.
You don't even want to know what I'm about to say.
Yeah, we do. We want to know.
This is some very embarrassing things that you're bringing up. Okay, that I didn't know I was going to talk about. So it was probably like the Spice Girls or something really bad.
Nice. Nice.
But my dad listened to, you know, Quiet Riot and, you know, Led Zeppelin and The Doors and all of that. So I love Led Zeppelin probably the most. And that's probably what I have the most of now.
Excellent.
But not when I started out.
Well, you know, you gotta start somewhere, and why not start with the Spice Girls? It's fantastic.
Spice your life up.
Yeah.
Everybody's got those one or two albums that you kind of look back on and you're like, what was I doing buying that?
Oh hell yeah. Oh hell yeah.
Got to get with my friends. What does that mean though? Like if you got to sleep with my friends to get with me? Is that what the Spice Girls are saying?
That's how
Take it down the line if you want to get to this one.
You know, I had not thought of that, but now that's all I'm going to think about when I hear that song.
You know, you got to read into the lyrics.
That theory is what got me through this one.
Oh, man. So, still on that kind of thread, like, I mean, now I know what Andy's was, but Joe, what was your first concert?
The first concert I ever saw was... the opening band was the Super Suckers, and then it was the Ramones.
Holy shit.
And then it was White Zombie on the Astro Creep 2000 tour.
Wow.
And I won. I had purchased tickets, and then I won 2 tickets from the local radio station with a chance to win backstage passes. So as I'm going to pick up I ended up not winning the passes, but we go to pick up the tickets, and my buddy Paul that I'm with, knows his name is Ron Platzer. He worked at Central, or he was a DJ at Central Michigan, and Paul did some stuff with him, and he just happened to be at Z93 radio station. So Ron's like, well, hey, throw those guys some more passes. So we're like, sweet, we got 2 passes to see, you know, to get backstage and meet the bands and everything. And I had woken up that day with the flu, and I get everybody's autograph, and I'm 2 people away from Rob Zombie's getting to sign my, you know, backstage pass. And I throw up in line, and I get thrown out for underage drinking because I was like 16. And security's like, you can't come in, you've been drinking. I'm like, dude, I got the fucking flu. I want to get his autograph. And they're like, sorry, man, you're out. So I look at my buddy Paul. I'm like, dude, give me your autograph. And he's like, fuck you, you're on your own. Oh, I still have I still have that picture with a gaping hole where Rob Zombie's autograph should be.
Oh man.
Yeah, that was my first tour. That was my first concert. To see the Ramones was actually pretty. I'm pretty stoked that I got to see them before.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Jealous of that.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite concerts too. The
Me too.
Ramones.
Me too.
You know.
Fantastic. Nakkim, how are you?
It was the Spice Girls. No, I'm just playing. But it ain't much better. It was actually Weird Al Yankovic opened up for the Monkees.
Oh,
Really?
Weird Al's
I was like
awesome.
8 years old.
oh yes.
Yeah.
It wasn't as cool as Kiss, but
No, dude, you'd be surprised how many people I've talked to that are probably your guys' age that said the first concert was Weird Al. I mean, that's a that's a
I've seen him
trend.
like 3 times.
You've seen him not too recently. Like, fan is a fan, right?
Right, exactly. Lifelong.
Yeah, I didn't go to see the Monkees.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck Davy
I
Jones.
happened to catch a Weird Al show at a Monkees concert.
Oh my God.
And what was your first concert, Chuck?
Fuck. Oh, I know what it was. Rush.
Nice.
Moving
That's a good
Pictures with what was that band from
I
Canada?
remember that tour.
Yeah, it was at
Brian Adams?
Joe Louis. No, it was Max. Shit. It's another Canadian band they had opening for them. They did the song Go for Soda. Might as well go for soda. Do you remember that song? It's like kind of the Sookie song. Anyway.
They call it soda in Canada?
Yeah, I think they do. They call it soda. Soda.
Soda.
Soda.
Should know that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, get the soda. Get out.
Oh, yeah, soda. You got to SOWDA.
Yeah.
Soda.
Soda.
Oh, you call your father Pop, don't you?
Yeah, Pops. Yeah.
It's Pop.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Was Michigan the only state that calls it pop?
Yeah.
We
Pop,
call it soda.
soda.
Yeah. Soda, yeah.
Probably.
I think Michigan and Illinois and Indiana call it pop, but everybody else soda.
Soda.
Yeah.
Or on the East Coast they call it Coke. Everything's a Coke.
Yeah, it's a Coke. Do you want a Coke?
Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, give me a
Yeah.
Coke. Yeah, Mountain Dew. What?
Yeah, when I moved to Atlanta, they're like, I'll take a Coke, and they're like, what flavor?
Right.
Coke.
If I was just one.
Coke. Yeah, Coke flavored Coke.
Yeah, we have
I want a
Mountain Dew.
Mountain Dew.
So, Erica, how about you? First concert?
Well, technically, it was Nickel Shot my 8th grade year with the Hazers.
Nice.
Really?
Yeah, remember when you
Hell yeah.
guys
Where was that?
at West Intermediate in the lunchroom or whatever on the stage?
Oh yeah. We felt like such badass kids because the band we started in high school was going to rock the middle school. We got to get out of school early. And, we're walking through this hauling equipment, and we were badasses at the time.
Nice.
Yeah. And then we played some shitty Silverchair and Bush tunes, and it was great.
I don't know. I know them.
Oh, good times.
And Dustin, how about you? We didn't get your album.
Oh,
Yeah, what was the first album you watched?
Yeah.
well, with my parents' money, it was MC Hammer, and that was okay. And then they found out I bought a Slayer tape. My mom took it and listened to it, and I never got it back.
Oh,
Yeah, I know.
I know the feeling though.
My mom did that with NWA.
Oh, yeah.
She didn't like my Guns N' Roses albums.
First concert my parents took me to was the Doobie Brothers. Pine
Oh,
Knob.
nice.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
I
That's a
don't know, I
solid choice.
don't remember. I was probably 10.
Probably
Excellent.
a little foggy after the show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My head feels funny.
Yeah.
Good times.
Mary, how about you?
What was your first
Okay,
concert?
another really embarrassing. I don't even know if you consider this like an actual concert because it was like at the fair,
It
but it
counts.
was Billy Ray Cyrus, and I mean,
Mind blown.
they never listened to country ever again after that. There's that.
That was all you needed.
It changed your achy breaky mind.
I knew right then,
It was
not my bag.
a life-altering experience.
Oh man, where was that at? What fair?
The Clare County Fair.
Oh,
Right on.
Sounds about right.
Right.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right. Yeah. So there was that. That also happened in my life. That was weird.
That's awesome. So if you guys could go to anywhere in the world to see anybody right now, where would you go and who would you go see? Let's start with Dustin. He's got his hand up.
In Flames.
In Flames. Where would you go see him? Sweden. In Gothenburg?
I'm pretty sure they're from Sweden, right? Correct? That's
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're the Gothenburg, like at the gates and
right there.
yeah, fantastic.
They were supposed to be at the Megadeth Lamb of God concert, but
That was
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Hatebreed's good. I like Hatebreed, but I wanted to see it. I've seen Hatebreed, but I wanted to see In Flames.
Yeah, I actually I saw those guys like it was years ago. They were opening up for God, the hell was that? It was in a club. It was awesome. No, it wasn't with Dissection because I saw Dissection too at Harpo's, and that was let's talk about life altering. Erica,
There's a lot of cool ass concerts I've seen in Detroit at so many different venues.
Oh, I know.
From like Harpo's to St. Andrews to Clutch Cargo's to the Shelter to just all those different little venues that had their own little feel to it.
Yeah, well, especially
such killer fucking lineups.
because Harpo's used to be like this prime place, and I went to see Raven and Anthrax when there was like Anthrax was touring with Fistful of Metal. And actually met those guys, like their tour buses outside, and I talked to them. They're all like this tall, and you're like,
I think I was there.
Really?
I think I was at that concert, quite honestly.
It was
I
awesome.
But I think that was like forever ago.
Yeah, it was.
Raven was fucking insane. The dude with he had the helmet.
Yeah.
The football helmet.
Yeah, it was awesome. It was fantastic. Yeah, it was insane.
Yeah, no, I think I remember that concert. So many great shows back in the day.
Oh yeah, and there's still some. So Erica, who would you see, and where do you want to go see them?
Well, I'm kind of obsessed with Incubus, and I've never seen my rock. So.
Oh, perfect. Yeah.
That'd be dope.
I've seen it like 3 times, but I just love them.
Nice. Did you see them last time they were in town at? I think it was Pine Knob. Yeah.
Well, they came to 20 Monroe in Grand Rapids, actually.
Oh, okay, cool.
And one of Dustin's friends worked for like a concert company, whatever, promotion, and she was able to get a poster that they specifically made for for their show at 20 Monroe, and got it signed for me. And then
wow.
Dustin framed it with our ticket, and so it's down in our fireplace room. And
awesome.
That's awesome.
Sweet. So
that is super cool. Love that. Awesome.
Oh yeah.
Mary, how about you? Who would you like to see? The Spice Girls, all right. I mean, we know that. Where would you like to see them?
Well, I'm going to see in this moment at 20 Monroe, and I'm pretty excited to see her.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
But I guess I would like to see like all the bands and all of the places that are like I can't. It's so hard to just pick one,
I know. But throw one out there, just if you were just somebody out there.
Greta Van Fleet. I would like to see them.
Nice.
Right.
Where at?
I'd travel the world to see them. Maybe somewhere foreign.
Oh, nice.
I don't know though. I feel weird about traveling right now, so there's that. Maybe just at 20 Monroe.
Well,
I mean, that's a good venue.
It
you
is.
can get right up there and do all the things. you want to. So
It's a great venue. I've been out there a few times. I saw Sabaton
Sabaton.
and with Creator. That was fucking awesome.
Wow.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
played there a couple years back with the there was the Pantera cover band
Oh,
or the
awesome.
fucking Pantera cover band or whatever they're called. They were incredible.
Awesome.
But yeah, that was the first venue that treated it like you got the VIP, like your own dressing room, your own case of water, your own case of beer.
Yeah.
Like, oh, this is the pinnacle, man.
Yeah. It's a
You
cool
made it.
place. It's a cool place.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd like I wish I was a little closer. So Joe, how about you? Who would you like to see and where would you like to go?
Right now, I've been on a big 12-foot ninja kick. I'd like to see them in their hometown or home country, Australia.
Nice.
Just to check out Australia and catch them. Yeah, I don't know. They've hooked me, man. They're fucking incredible.
Yeah. Yeah. Nakkim.
I guess Buju Banton, and since he's reggae, I guess Jamaica. Over there.
Excellent. Awesome.
That'd be
Fantastic.
fun.
And Andy, how about you?
Well, there's a couple of different bands I'd really like to go see, and I don't really care where. One on the heavier side, I'd like to see like High on Fire with like Uncle Acid and the Deadbeats opening up.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'd love to see that one.
Yeah.
And then I'd like to see Nick Cave,
Nick Cave,
playing
yeah.
another one. Either like Grinder Man, want that version, or the Bad Seeds,
Right.
because he's been both different versions.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Do you know
Just an opportunity. Those guys are what?
Yeah, I was gonna say, I saw High on Fire. Were you at that show when they played at the Loving Touch?
No, I just missed that one.
Yeah, that was stupid because it was like that.
Weird.
If you've been to the Loving Touch, it's little, and it was packed, and it was whoa.
I believe it. They've been coming through and just destroying everywhere. I mean, it's they're holding the metal torch, for the new age, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean,
definitely a
holy
kick-ass
shit.
band.
Where's the
Definitely
Loving
fire.
Touch?
The Loving Touch is in Ferndale.
Yeah.
It's this little tiny bar. Pretty cool. They've had like a bunch of, I saw, if you're into guitar players, I saw Nita Strauss there. She was doing some thing with a couple other guitar players. I saw High on Fire, a bunch of local bands, but it's a really cool place. Who's that other band I saw? Oh, the Picture Books. You ever heard of the Picture Books? They're like a two-piece, sort of like the kind of rootsy blues kind of thing. Like the White Stripes, but
What's it called?
The Loving Touch.
The Loving Touch. That sounds like a massage place, like a happy ending massage place.
It does. It
Never
is.
leave stress.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't know what goes on in the back.
Exactly.
Just gotta ask for the champagne room.
The green.
Oh, guys. So it has been great to talk to you, and I really appreciate the time. I've just got one last question for everyone.
Okay.
It's a little controversial, so hopefully it's not going to cause too many waves. But pineapple or no pineapple on pizza, Erica?
No. Oh, sorry.
Dustin's clearly not into pineapple. Oh, house divided.
With the right other topping.
Oh, so what are the other toppings? That's because this is
Hawaiian pizza, ham.
Oh, so
Ham, bacon, onion, pineapple, mushrooms, onions, green peppers,
That's
sausage,
everything.
beef,
Anchovies.
feta, banana peppers, pineapple. It can go on. Pineapple goes on pizza, people.
oh man, Joe's solid into the pineapple.
I like a Hawaiian pizza. That's good.
Nakkim, are you into pineapple's good?
Yeah, on a Hawaiian pizza, as long as it's
All right.
I'm on them.
Yeah, pineapple and spam is what he likes on his pizza.
He likes a
Spam?
Filipino.
hmm
Yeah, hell yeah. Mary, how about you?
I'm not opposed to it.
Not opposed, but if you had a choice, like, so would you seek it out, I guess, then?
Every once in a while, I feel like it's okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Moderation is key.
Moderation is key.
There you go.
Very strong.
Excellent. And Andy, how about you?
Yeah, man, I could go for pineapple on it.
All right.
Yeah.
but that's kind of like that's a wishy-washy answer like Mary had. Would you seek it out?
It's not my first choice of
All
what
right.
I would like. I don't order my pizza usually. If it's coming in on it, yeah, absolutely.
You're good.
No,
All right, cool. Awesome.
What about you? What about
Me, I am definitely opposed to pineapple on pizza.
yeah. You are nose, man.
Yeah. Because and here's why is I do not like sweet and savory. Like I don't like sweet and sour pork or any of that shit. Like get the savory here and get the sweets over here. So if you had a pizza with just pineapple on it, which is like a dessert, fine. Don't mix it with any other things. That's just me. So there you go.
Right on.
All right,
Everybody's
guys.
got it right.
That's right.
Doc, thanks for having us, man.
Yeah, thank you guys so much for being on. Can't wait to hear the new tunes, and I will definitely get out to one of these shows soon. So, all right, guys, thanks again for being on the show. Appreciate it.
Awesome.
All right,
Talk to you,
fired
Jeff.
up.
All right, see you guys.
Good to see you.
Yeah.
Thanks to Joe, Nakkim, Andy, Erica, Dustin, and Mary for joining me in this episode of Fans with Bands. Be sure to check out Nagazi's new album, March of the Serpents, coming out on December 3rd. Tons of powerful riffs loaded with aggression. These guys absolutely kill it. Follow their Facebook page for upcoming shows. These are tough times for everyone in the creative industries such as music. Your support of live streaming, purchasing music, and merchandise is critical. If you can help out your local artists, please do. If you are in the Michigan area, consider following the Playing in the Detroit Area Tonight Facebook page. It is a place for fans and bands to support each other and share our combined love of music. Thank you all so much for listening. Be sure to hit subscribe on your favorite podcast service to get each and every episode of Fans with Bands. Spread the word by rating the show and leaving a comment. We want to hear what you think. You can keep in touch by following us on social media. This is a Life in Michigan production. Until next time, be well and kick out the jams.